Hi YouTubers, I'm back down the motorhome, finish off my jobs. Just going to put the heating on like I normally do. That's the diesel heater on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to fit the split charger back in here. And that's for the solar panel, etc. And that's to boost the engine start battery from the solar panel if it's needed. Right, that's the split charger put back. There's two split chargers on this van. One is from the engine battery to the leisure battery, and there's one the other way from the solar panel controller back to the engine start battery. But it's switchable, I can switch it in if I feel I need to give extra charge to the starting battery. This is the roof vent from the Talbot Express, and one of the big problems you can get with caravans and motorhomes is these plastic rivet things, and what they do is they push the plastic through and melt it, and with age these crack and come off. And I've took mine off to inspect it. I thought it was a little bit worse than this, and you can, when you get wobbly handles, this could be a sign of they about to break. But what you can do is you can drill straight through and put stainless steel screws or bolts with nuts on the inside. And I don't know whether I'm going to touch this because this looks pretty good actually. It's not, it doesn't seem to be broken. I thought it was. So I think I'm going to put this back, and it's very simple to do. You undo 4 screws and you push it up, and you can actually pull it through the space where the vent is, or skylight. I'm going to do that, put it back. Now I'm going to put it back through, and say you can, let's just get it at the right angle. And you can push it through. People don't think they will come through, they try and do it from the outside. And you push it through and you lift it back into position, and that's it. And I say you twist it so it comes diagonal through the hole, and then all you got to do is to put these back in, which is 4 like self-tapping screws. And I'll do that and I'll put it back together. So this one didn't need fixing. Now that's that vent put back, and I'm going to have a go at this one. Now I'm not sure if it actually comes through like the other one, and this one's actually got a proper inset guard on. So I'll take that. No, that looks like it's about to break. I'll leave that well alone. I think this is going to be the same. There's a screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there, and I'll take them out and I'll see if it's possible to pull it through the roof from the outside without going outside with the steps. Now the small vent won't come through the hole because of these, and so I've got the steps. I shall remove it from the outside. Now I know we can see this. This is a bad one. These rivets here are not very good, and you can see this is pulled through the holes. So if I hadn't repaired this, I would have lost a roof vent somewhere along the road. And it's still usable, this one, and they're quite expensive. So rather than change the unit, you can see you've got holes now there where this was on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these off and drill these out, and I'm going to put some stainless steel bolts in, and you can see them. Now it's quite easy to cut these off, what's left, just using a junior hacksaw. Makes a mess on the carpet, and then because you can still see the plastic, you can then drill it to suit the bolts, and these are the bolts I'm using. They're stainless steel, and I bought some stainless steel washers, and I've got some fibre washers as well. But what I'll do, I'll put some silicone on there to stop any water from coming through, and I'll just drill these out and I'll show you what I'm doing. Holes are drilled. I'll just push the bolts through temporary for the time being. See it from the top, and I'm going to put some silicone sealant on the outside, stop any water coming through, and then the fibre washers on the inside here. I'll probably put some metal ones as well, and then I'll seal it all up, and that should be it. So this is what it looks like from the top and underneath. Nice stainless steel bolts, and just don't over tighten them. I think I've over tightened that, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to slacken that one off, and then I'm going to do that side. And I know you can notice there's a pin coming out there which I've got to knock back, but that's how you do it. And just for the price of a few bolts which you might have already, it's worth doing. And to say, it don't take that long. Now this handle's exactly the same, so I've got to saw those bits off, hope you can see that, and then put the bolts through the top and do the same as that one, and that'll be a job done. And that's not going to come off in the wind. You know, I've had them come off on the Caravan. I've had one that flew off and we never found it, and the other one that came off, it part come off, and I was able to, it didn't break this, it was a 90-degree angle about to come off. And so there we have it. New bolts, both sides. So this is not going to come off in a hurry. One thing you've got to do is, I know we can see there's some pins here, make sure they're knocked in because they can cause problems. And that one. So for the price of 4 bolts and some washers, I use stainless steel cap heads, I think they call these. Stainless steel washers, stainless steel lock nuts, and some fibre washers in the inside. Don't have to use those, you could use washers. And I think these vent things are about £60, something like that, for the whole thing. So for a couple of quid, you know, and this is going to break before they will, put it that way, because they're stainless steel. I think they're M6. But that's it, tidy up time, put some of the tools back in the van, and then I'm just going to check the underneath and the lights, because it's MOT and things like that that's coming up. One thing I did forget to mention, when you've done the job, you can hardly see the bolts because they're behind here. So it's well worth doing, and it doesn't take that long. I think that's about it for jobs on the van for today. I've about had enough, but I'm pretty good. I've achieved what I wanted to do today.